trading is a lot more complicated, really, than what you read in any book you can buy. Because at the end of the day, it's all about how you are emotionally and how you control your emotions.
They don't want you smart enough to think for yourself. They want you smart enough to pay your taxes, and that's about it. Like they don't give a shit. It's really, I use the word slave, and people think I'm being dramatic. I'm not being dramatic. If you are think wearing a mask for 4 feet is saving lives, you are absolutely, completely a slave. You're a slave. You're owned. You're totally owned. And there's so many people out here who are actually genuinely owned. At the height of this COVID nonsense, at the real height of it, the number of times I and there's certain countries I'll behave, on a flight I'll behave, there's certain times, right? But I was in Spain, I'm flexing, doing my thing, in the Ferrari, being a G. Leave me the fuck alone, got a Spanish bitch, my life's fine. Pull up to the gas station, put gas in the Ferrari, walk in, mask. No, I ain't got one. Well, then I won't serve you. So the gas is free? Because I'll put gas in. You want money or not? Because I'll leave right now, the gas is free. I call police, it's like, fucking call them. So I take the euros and I throw it on the floor. Get out, go to get in the fucking Rari. I'm paid now. I paid you. Go to get in the Rari. Some guy goes, you should have respect. I said, respect for what? He goes, you should wear a mask. I said, I don't wear a mask where I'm from. He goes, well, you're in Spain now. I said, your government should have respect for you instead of making you a fucking slave, dickhead. No, you must wear a mask. You must wear a mask. And I just said, and this is one of the great things about physical confrontation, which I'm not trying to advocate, but sometimes it's just a very easy way to make people go away. I'm like, bro, do you want to fight me over a fucking mask? Come, somebody put a fucking mask on. And he shits himself and walks up. See, so then fuck off. Like, back in the Rari, go fuck the Spanish bitch, conquer their country. That's right, Spaniards. I took her, she's done with. Done. I took your prize possession. She's messed up. Whichever Spanish man gets with her next, he'll be like, why is she always starting arguments with me? Why is she never happy? Because she's dreaming of the night she had with me. She's unhappy with you and you'll never be able to please her. She's widowed forever. It's done. Fuck you, Spain. That's what you have to tell me to put a fucking mask on. I might have gone easy on her pussy if it wasn't for that little fucking Pedro motherfucker coming to me trying to tell me to do shit. That's what happens. That's what happens. Spain's done. Nobody go there. You might run into her. Done. It's a mess.
Well, don't you feel it's silly? Like, we've had COVID. On top of it, you've traveled the world the whole time. I feel like you've been exposed to every fucking strain of it. I've had every strain. There's no way.
I think I have one now.
I'm sure you do. Like, what the fuck are we doing this for? Like, we've all gotten.
We're doing this for because it's a perfect opportunity for the New World Order to usher in something other than protection and safety. It's always been the same playbook. It's you know what's really amazing to me? Especially like in Romania, I was going on a tour and I was doing a tour of the country because it's really beautiful and I was seeing all the nature side of it. And I had these 2 tour guides. They're really nice people, but they're like kind of liberal. And they're complying with all this COVID shit. And I said, don't you understand that if this was the 1930s, you'd literally be the Nazis? Don't you understand that you're thinking back, oh, I never would have helped the Nazis today. You're blind compliance. It's the same fucking playbook. You're not thinking for yourself. Does that not cross your mind? And like, oh no, but I know someone who got sick. You've always known people who got sick. Your entire life you knew somebody who got the cold. Why is that now justification for the absolute decimation of your civil rights? It doesn't make sense. The biggest paradigm shift from all this crap that's actually genuinely dangerous is, as humans, we have all, for our entire lives, walked around spreading antigens to some people. You've given someone a cold, you've given someone a cough, I've given someone the flu. We've always done that. It's been a normal part of human life. We were never seen as bad people for existing and accidentally passing on a disease, right? Now they've shifted the paradigm. So if you pass on COVID, you're guilty. How the fuck does that work? And how does that ever end? And how do you ever put an end to this where it's not just deeper and deeper and deeper restrictions and more and more and more control? And it doesn't even fix anything. It's absolutely incredible that people are not awake enough to see what's fucking happening.
Well, because they have such a short memory of history. I mean, literally what you're talking about happened. My dad was born at that time. And like, it's already been forgotten. Communism, forgotten. And we want the same fucking policies that the communists had. It's nutty.
I completely agree, but there's also another huge element to all this, and it's the perma-distraction.
Yeah,
and this is why
that's always been in America, though.
People also like to say that they've heard enough already about. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, you're ostrich, cowards.
But when they've heard enough about something horrific, like when you hear people go like, all right, with the Holocaust.
Yeah,
like,
kind of a big
we could probably keep talking about it. It's not like it's not a little thing that happens.
Humans are susceptible to doing crazy shit like that.
Yeah, of course.
That's what fucking happened. We're going through something similar, not killing people.
But this is the thing. When I talk to people about this, there's some people who totally understand and some people who are just so perma-distracted. And when I was saying earlier about like the women in the household and that kind of thing, I'm not trying to say women can't have opinions, but my point is there's a whole bunch of men out here who genuinely know that this COVID shit's out of control, but they're too busy arguing with their wife to do anything about it. Right. They're preoccupied. If it's not your wife, it's a video game. It's not your video game. It's a job. It's not a job. It's politics or whatever. Some other distraction. It's all garbage. When Rome was losing, all they did was have endless circuses to keep you distracted from the losing war. The world we live in today, they try very hard to prevent you from creating your reality. You're constantly distracted by everything, and it's hard to focus on nearly anything. And they do that on purpose. For you to go stand out in the rain and protest, that takes focus. They want you distracted. They want arguments in the household. They want blacks to hate the whites, Republicans to hate Democrats. They want us all arguing with each other, for all of us to hate our neighbor, and us all to be so distracted and selfish and self-absorbed that we can't think beyond ourselves. That's what they're trying to do to us, and it's absolutely and utterly worked.
It works.
There's very few of these people.